Previously, on the kids' table,
We'll take them all out!
our heroes decided to reject the Red King's deal
I'm sure I would not be suggesting regicide.
that would have gotten them into the library, temple to the sealed goddess Ismiene.
I find him to be greedy and not trustworthy.
But without such powerful help, how will they get in to find what they need to free her?
Break into
the library and just go ourselves.
Find out on this episode of
You're not there.
You're not there!
So what?
the kids' table.
So now, that is where we start. What would you like to do?
So Dylan's not here.
Aragon is not with you at the moment. Aragon, are you making your way back to the Temple of Creativity?
No.
What are you doing instead?
I'm gonna find explosives.
Roll an investigation check for me.
16 total.
16 total, okay. Nobody is really willing to talk to you about that. And one man, when you approach him, a sort of squat dwarf at a forge, he says, "Oh, the Triumvirate forbid anything like that generations ago. They didn't want us using it against those our wayward siblings over there in the other 2 districts. Don't talk about it again." But with a 16, you do gather enough information that the raw materials for something explosive like gunpowder, you can probably get. So if you want to, you can gather, you can start to gather the materials, but you'll need to find somebody who can make you explosives. And at the moment, just asking around in the central district, or the central ring of the 3 districts, you can't really find anybody who's willing to do that right now.
We're still with Father Winston.
Mm-hmm.
Can we ask Father Winston about whether he's been into the temple and how he's entered, and to tell us a little bit more about the coming in and out of the temple?
The number of times that I've been in the Temple of Knowledge, it's sort of mostly a big open space. There's a lot of shelves full of all sorts of books from all the known realms in many different languages. There's also a lot of places to gather. That's one of the reasons why the Temple of Knowledge was so important to the city of Trivestia, because it was one of the few places where the 3 districts in the Triumvirate could gather as equals rather than as rivals. So there were places to sit and to read together, to sit and chat. There was a little dining area even that the followers of the Way of Knowledge would staff sometimes.
Do the guards go on break?
I would assume so. I don't believe the guards are posted there for their entire natural lives. But I don't know their guard rotation, if that's what you're asking.
And when you've seen it, have you ever seen them unlock the door? Have you been there on a rainy day where you've seen them open that smaller insect
I've
door?
just seen it open. The library, when it was open, was always open. 24 hours a day. The only time I've seen it shut is since they shut it 6 months ago, and it has not been opened since then.
I'm assuming the guards are there because the doors don't have locks.
Most likely.
Let's blow it open then.
No!
You're not there.
I know.
You're not there. Whoever ditches us doesn't get a say.
Also, are you ever going back to them, or are you just staying where you are?
No, I'm trying to come back.
I will say at this point, you've cased the joint, you have done your explosives things, you've interrogated Father Winston, muddled together, you've made it back to the Temple of Creativity, so you all are together again.
Aragon, is there anything from when you were casing the area that you think would be helpful for us to form a plan?
So, one of my plans is that we make a distraction with explosives.
Are you
What?
Are you concerned at all that that might be too much of a distraction and bring too much attention to us?
How do you know it's us?
May I make a suggestion of where the explosion is?
It's just...
No, I'm saying I don't think are you thinking the explosion should be right by the door or away and then it draws them out?
Draws them away.
Okay.
What about if it's on the wall, on one of the walls, so it seems like someone's trying to break in?
We don't want them looking towards the wall because we're gonna be trying to sneak in.
But no, the wall of, if there's any like walls around Trivestia, put the explosives near there, explode it, and then go as quickly away from the scene as possible. So it's like someone's trying to break in, and then they notice the guards and run away.
Aragon, how close were each of the doors from each set of guards? Were they all close together?
I don't understand the question.
Like, okay, so there's 3 gates?
Yes. One from each section of the city.
One each section, so they're kind of far apart from each other?
The building itself probably has like a diameter of close to 200 yards.
One of us near Aragon could shoot an arrow down, so it's like someone's attacking.
Then we get noticed. How about I blow something up and you guys get in the building?
Are we doing this, so I'm assuming we're doing this at night.
We could.
I'm thinking there might be less guards. What do you think?
Well, it's night. Of course, someone's gonna want to break in.
Wait, don't you have invisibility?
No, I don't have invisibility, but I have disguise self.
I have disguise self.
Disguise. We knock a guard out and we disguise his thumb, and we go into the building. Those two.
Wait, can I do something like, could I use my mage hand just to be, just to like poke, can I like use my mage hand and poke it at one of the guards? Would that be fair?
I mean,
I can make it invisible.
You could, yeah, you could technically do that.
I'm not sure if I want
But
to.
the force of it would be like a gentle tap on the shoulder. So like it's not going to be like even a push. It's more like you could have an invisible ghost hand come go like this and then go like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I mean, that's one option.
I can blind and deaf people. I can make people blind.
Yes, one person.
I can make one person.
Yes.
How many guards are guarding at a time?
5 to 10.
5 to 10
10
per door.
No, if there were 2 to 3, then we could.
Right, there's a lot.
Or we could just kill them all.
I feel like that would draw a lot of attention.
Solution.
How about this? How about the compromise? It is a solution. I propose, my friends, this. You talked about an explosion, right? So we could have the explosion and that would draw away, hopefully,
Like
A couple.
a couple. Let's say we draw away at least. You have to let us know how elaborate we can be here.
Tell me, you pick
okay,
your plan. I'll tell you what you can do.
If we draw away a few, the 2 of you could then disguise as the 2 that we draw away and act like you went back, but we will have somehow kept 2 of them away, and then you pretend to be those 2, and then you have to get in
how?
through the little door. But you could pretend that you need to check on things inside to make sure everything was safe because of all the commotion that happened.
Or
I would have him make an explosive, and then I'd be a disguise guard. Come on, guys, there's something wrong, and I bring all of them with me.
But they notice that there's one more guard. Also, you can imitate voices.
Oh.
But you can't imitate voices. But if you pretend to be, if you dress yourself as a guard and pretend you're a fairy. So if you pretend you're like a gnome, like it could still be your voice coming out of this other person, right?
Okay, so then you lead them all away, and then 2 of us sneak in.
One big problem. How she can get the outfit?
This is disguise self.
True, but the thing is,
That's the whole thing.
The thing is, she doesn't need the armor, so this one happens.
She know, but that's what disguise self
No, if
does.
a fight happens, I'm saying.
Oh, if a fight happens. Well, if a fight happens, there's a whole other problem we got there. That's a big one. Yeah, that's a whole other problem. Winston will cut in at this point and say, "Are you sure you don't all four want to get in at the same time?"
Are you willing to help be part of our distraction, Father Winston?
Please.
Well, I guess I did say...
It sounds like you just offered yourself.
I guess it does, doesn't it? Why was I on duty when the lady picked me to speak through? Yes, fine, what?
Is there anyone who can make explosives?
Well, yes, you've already met him. Grizz.
Explosives?
I mean, I'm not sure that... What do you... If things that go boom, yes.
Big boom.
I don't know, medium boom. But yes, he's a metalworker and he works with things that go boom.
So has Dylan told us, Argon told us that that making explosives is forbidden, or have you kept that secret?
I keep that secret. I'm not telling anyone.
Okay.
They're gonna hate it if I tell them.
I mean, I will say, Six Tails, that you kind of know that bombs are not great. Like, this isn't... In polite society, people don't go around throwing bombs. So you can sort of intuit that this is like a on the down low sort of thing.
I think I'm gonna say, well, do you think Grizz would let us make bombs?
Oh no, he's making them. I'm not making them.
Now, Father Winston, we're not talking. We're simply talking enough.
I've been present for the whole conversation, yes.
Yes.
I understand you're not trying to kill people.
We're not trying to kill
The
people.
only reason why I'm not turning you into the King's Guard right now.
Is we simply need distraction.
Yes.
So given that Father Winston's now on board, and I'm assuming that you will be persuasive with our friend Grizz on our behalf.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'll pay him.
And we have the extra...
That will probably help.
It sounds like we have people to make a distraction, and then what are the rest of us going to do while the distraction is happening?
Well, I could try to sneak through, but I'm not sure if that would actually work. We could try to make a smoke bomb.
But two of you both have self-disguise.
Disguise self.
Or disguise self.
Yeah, true.
So the two of you could still look like the guards and open the door and let us in while the rest of the guards are distracted.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Would they have to make a wisdom saving throw to see if they know?
It would be a perception check, but it would depend entirely on are they trying to see through your disguise? Have you done something suspicious enough that their brain goes, wait a minute. The whole point of disguise self is that it makes you look different. And you can fool people as long as you are fooling people. But the moment you start doing... So, like, if you walked up to a guard and did guard things, they probably wouldn't have any reason to suspect that you were anything other than a guard, and it would be fine. If you went up to a guard and, like, slapped them with a fish, they'd probably be like, wait a minute, you're not Larry? Like, it's that kind of a spell. Right?
You're not Brian!
Right, yeah, like, they can see through it if you give them cause to see through it. So
here's the thing. There's gonna be commotion, there's gonna be an explosion, people are gonna be running. If you look like
the guards could, if there's a big explosion, the guards could try to help people.
And that is our hope. So either way though, it'll be better for two of you to look like guards so that if anyone does stop you, you can just say we were sent to protect the temple.
Wait, or we could say like, oh, there's a bomb. You guys go. We'll stay here and protect the door.
Yes.
No.
But first we have to watch for a couple days to figure out the schedule that they change shifts.
I don't know if we have time. Do we have
But
time?
we have to have time.
those assassins tried to kill you last night. Surely there are more coming.
There could be.
Could be and there could not be.
I imagined everyone was just going to be running around, and then they, in the chaos, they would run towards the door. And if anybody said, "Where are you going?" they would just say, "Oh, we were sent to protect the temple."
I guess explosive time.
Okay,
Is
that's
that
your plan.
amenable? Is that amenable? We'll see if this works.
Hopefully it
Are you
works.
thinking Six Tails? What are you thinking about? Are you hesitant to use your disguise self?
Little hesitant, not too much, but a little hesitant. Not sure if this will work.
Yeah, because, like, what if it doesn't work? What if we go to jail? What if we never make it out? What if we
Sucks.
perish peacefully?
Get it.
Yes.
I-
Positivity that Serena has come to be known
Yes.
for.
Here's the it's a game, and here's the thing. Either of our choices will still have
Consequences.
consequences. So we're gonna have to pick something. So does this feel like
Unless we run and hide.
then the game ends?
Oh. No, we run and hide, then we come back, and then we do more chaos, and then we run and hide.
Yeah, I like that plan.
I
We steal from the king, queens. We go hide. We do it again. Or we get witch.
I don't think the DM was prepared for Groundhog's Day. But
I'll do whatever you guys want me to
I promise to heal everyone if we get caught.
do. So this is the plan then. So the plan is Aragon and Winston are going to set off a bomb
Multiple.
that will draw guards away from one of the doors.
Hopefully.
You two are going to disguise yourselves as guards to guard the door. You're gonna sneak with Sophia to the door, and then all four of you are gonna go in together.
And we're gonna be like,
No,
oh yes,
I'm
you
the
can
opposite.
come.
Make another explosion. Make sure everything can back out.
You get to hang out with us, Aragon. We're gonna do this as a. I'm still holding you to our agreement.
What if we can't get out?
The group that stays together perishes together.
The kids' table. The group that stays together perishes together. Da, 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 da.
No,
Let's try this.
Sounds like a plan to me. Sneaking, disguises, and explosions. Oh my! But no plan ever goes off without a hitch.
So are we supposed to throw a match at it?
Can our heroes successfully trick their way into the library?
Serena, I'm gonna need you to do that again in a more buff dude.
Wait, let me practice. Hold on.
Great.
Or will one of them get left behind?
Hey, what are you doing?
Find out on the next episode of
Don't just stand there, go do something.
The Kids Table.
If you've been enjoying our kid-focused D&D content, I hope that you will consider supporting us on Patreon. With membership tiers starting at just $3, you can enable myself and Ryan to continue creating content like this into the future. Not only that, but you'll receive awesome perks like free resources, exclusive Q&As and deep dives, and even personalized shoutouts on the show. So, will you join us on our quest to bring more kids to the table?